Hey, it's the Empire, Boxing Empire, Boxer Boxing. Now, man, you guys see the title, man. You guys see the title, the thumbnail. I have a link in the description. And it says, Usyk calls out Klitschko brothers to championship fight on Ukrainian TV. Now, man, I always knew that the Klitschko brothers and Oleksandr Usyk always had a problem with each other, man. Maybe it's an African-American thing, but, there's a lot of snakes out here, man. And you got to know, it's weird, man. I can look at someone's eyes and have a conversation about nothing and know if that guy likes me or not, or if he has ill intent toward me. You can clearly see, even though Oleksandr Usyk and Vladimir Klitschko speak very, very little English, I can tell that they don't like each other by the way they speak on each other, the fake love with each other. It's just really phony stuff, man. Maybe it's my sixth sense, but I knew that Usyk did not like the Klitschko brothers, and my suspicions have been confirmed. Oleksandr Usyk did call out the Klitschko brothers on national television, and it's wild stuff, man. But before I break that down, man, Usyk's always been adamant about fighting the Klitschko brothers, and that being said, the reason why, at least in my opinion, is he never felt any real love between the Klitschko brothers and himself. The Klitschko brothers would say they want him to succeed and all that stuff, but if, let's say, someone was taking care of you and they did everything for you and they really made you who you are, fighting them to be the last thing on your mind. But if you have someone who don't really like you but pretends to like you, but you're doing better than them now and you're going to replace them, yeah, man, that's basically what is happening right now with Vladimir Klitschko and Oleksandr Usyk, man. And it's wild stuff, man. They basically talk about in this video how Usyk, how Klitschko's seen Usyk sparring before and how he was cocky and sort of arrogant and he's really believing in himself. And he said, man, you have the gall to call me out on national television. And, it's wild because when Usyk was talking about, fighting them, their face was so much hatred. I could see it in their eyes. I mean, it looked like Klitschko wanted to pull out some and give him a three-piece or something. It was wild stuff. Usyk over here, before he called them out, he said their style was boring and they only throw straight punches and they really don't throw any hooks or anything like that. And he was cool with throwing jabs and straight rights and holding to a decision. Usyk is not a fan of that style. He's saying that, hey, man, your style's sort of boring and you dominated in a boring fashion. I'm different. Usyk and Klitschko's were going back and forth. It was both the Klitschko brothers, by the way. And they were saying, the Klitschko brothers are saying, listen, give it like a year or two and we can fight each other. And the way it's looking, man, Oleksandr Usyk breaking Anthony Joshua's eye socket, the fight's probably not going to be happening until probably like summertime or something like that next year. It takes a long time for your eye to heal, right? You need surgery on that damn thing. So I don't expect that fight to happen anytime soon. It's already October, and a 3-4 month turnaround is way too early. So we're gonna see how that whole thing plays out. But the Klitschko brothers are open for a fight. They just said that Usyk needs some more experience. So this is a really big deal, man. Like I said earlier, a lot of people think I thought I was reaching with the whole Oleksandr Usyk Klitschko situation and them not liking each other. But I can clearly see that, the older Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko, the guy's in politics. He's used to having weasel words and playing the course and pretending to say things he's not really saying. He could smile in your face and say some encouraging words, but he has deviant intentions. Oleksandr Usyk said, man, listen, forget all that being nice shit. Let's fight. And he was dead serious. And understand that Klitschko brothers, they have a unique family history. They were the first and only Ukrainian twins to ever be heavyweight champion of the world. So they're genetically superior. They have certain genetics that really, they're twins, and they're both heavyweight champions, and that's not by mistake, right? Or the former heavyweight champions of the world. Usyk doesn't really care about all that. He sees two world title champions standing right in front of him, and he's calling both of them out. The nerve, the gall of Oleksandr Usyk. You can only imagine the thoughts going into the Klitschko brothers' heads that this motherfucker, does he know who we are? We are the former heavyweight champions of the world. We fought the best of the best. And this new guy is coming out of nowhere, thinks he's thinks he's that guy. I mean, I can only imagine the hatred toward Oleksandr Usyk right now, and I'm loving it, man. I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. You know, I'm tired of all the we want him to win and, you know, all that fake love stuff, because Oleksandr Usyk don't really feel it. He's saying that he wants to fight him. He's not saying that, hey man, I look up to the Klitschko brothers, they were dominant, da 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 da. He's not saying any of that. He's saying that, man, forget all that. I want to fight you, because they know what time it is, right? Only so many things can be said on TV. Understand that the Klitschko brothers have seen Usyk spar before, so that obviously they have connections outside of just being on national television, right? This is a whole process to even get on TV in the first place. You have to know someone who knows Usyk's team in the first place, or know him directly. So yeah, they already had interactions before the TV show even happened, with them being on TV show via sparring. So, you know, obviously things were said, and the Klitschko brothers already basically they said it on the show that he's cocky and that he's arrogant and that, yeah, you believe in yourself, don't you? You know, it's wild in boxing. You know, to believe in yourself is to be arrogant. You know, to think you're the best is blasphemy in boxing. It's wild stuff. But that's how the Klitschko brother sees it. That's what he said. And, you know, the Klitschko brothers, you know, they might say great things about Oleksandr Usyk, but they even said themselves, you know what, give it a year or two and we'll fight you. So they don't got a problem with trading hands. They don't got a problem with, you know, going toe to toe with Oleksandr Usyk. And believe me, you know, the best fights are fights between countrymen. You know, to this day, Anthony Joshua's best fight, in my opinion, next to the Klitschko fight, or I think this is more exciting. The Anthony Joshua versus Dillian White fight. That was a phenomenal fight, countryman versus countryman. And Andy Ruiz's best fight, even better than Anthony Joshua fight, in my opinion, was the Chris Arreola versus Andy Ruiz fight. Countryman versus countryman, Mexican versus Mexican. And this fight between my boy Oleksandr Usyk and Vladimir Klitschko would be the best fight of his career. This is the passing of the torch. We're gonna see what happens, and it's wild because it's not just one of them. There's two of them, and he caught both of them out. He don't care when the older brother retired. He's like, man, listen, I don't care if you retired 20 years ago. I want to fight you. So obviously there's some animosity there. You know, he wouldn't be calling out old men if it wasn't for a reason. So this is what I like to see, man. Like I said, people thought I was reaching. Bam, here's the freaking proof, man. Here's the proof. I'm telling you, man, I have an uncanny just a gift, you know, call it a gift. I can look at a guy quickly and tell their intentions. You know, I'm really good at reading someone's aura, and I can tell they didn't like each other. I could just tell. Finally I got it. Shouts out to my boy Dino. He told me about this in the first place, and man, that is my guy, man. Dino615, man. I'm gonna have you on the video for sure, man. He's the one who put me on to this link and on this whole thing that happened, and I knew I wasn't going crazy. Dino615, my guy. Anyway, let me know you guys feel about it though. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. GeoBox Empire. Peace. GeoBox Empire.